is precious. Those students, we are really grateful, we are thankful to God for this beautiful day God has prepared. And secondly, we are really grateful to our resource person, Dr. Namjoon Pao, Dynamite, MBBS, let me say, MES Orthopedic, MO District Hospital, Tamil Nadu. He's our own man. He has come to share his experience, rich experience, and I'm sure of it. Who have come here, you will benefit it, and he will tell you, he will inspire you, he will share his experience so that some of us can also follow his footprints. That is what this is. Counseling, career guide counseling is not something not important. It's very important. Many of you do not know what to do. So the resource persons will be coming and inspiring us. Thank you very much, sir, for making yourself available. And to begin with, let's say a short prayer so that I can take all the times. Let's close our eyes. As you know, today different people, different resource persons will be coming to talk to us. Dear Lord Jesus, help our children, help our students.
Good morning, respected sir, resource person, principal, fathers, sisters, and dear all students. Before we start with our program, I would just like to give a short introduction on career counseling, what exactly is career counseling, and the purpose of today. Career counseling is a valuable process that assists individuals in making informed decisions about their career paths. It is making a lifelong process. It is about exploring and experiencing the world of work. It is also about understanding our skills, interests, personality, and values, and combining these to create a meaningful framework of life. The key to our career management process is an emphasis on self-assessment and knowing ourselves. We must first understand ourselves, then research options, evaluate all options in terms of which is the best for decisions. The most important part of self-assessment is to ask ourselves these key questions like who am I, or what am I good at, what do I enjoy doing, what is important to me. So today in this career counseling program organized by Don Bosco Higher Secondary School, Tamenglong, we are indeed privileged to welcome distinguished guest speakers who will be our resource person for the day, who will provide expertise, real-world insights, and practical knowledge, guiding students towards informed career decisions. And I would like to introduce all our resource person who is already in our midst now, and then who will be coming later. First we have Dr. Namjoon Pao Dynamite, MBBS, MS Orthopedic, MO District Hospital, Tamenglong. And our second resource person would be Mr. Kai Kwamai, MBBS, MS Orthopedic, MO District Hospital, Tamenglong, to come and take your time service. We also would like to welcome sir with our small water.
Principal of the school and the teaching staff of the school and all the students. Good morning, a very good morning to every one of us here. I would like to thank the school administration for inviting me to talk a little bit on this career counseling regarding the things which are regarding the career that I have pursued and which I am doing right now. I'm so much blessed, and I think this is my first time coming to this Don Bosco school. Though I'm from Tamenglong, I rarely visited other schools, and during my childhood we used to visit only to see monkeys here in Don Bosco. I think that is already gone now. I remember that time only. And then today is the second time I came here. I'm very much thankful, and I don't know how much helpful it will be. And most of you might not know me, and my name is already written there. And as you have seen, MBBS, MS, I'll explain it in the after the few slides. Okay? We'll just start off with career counseling because we are a little bit running late on in our schedule. And before that, I would like to ask if all the students are from Don Bosco or from other schools also. Other schools, please raise your hand. Okay, thank you so much for being here. You know the value of this, and then you have came here at least to gain something, some knowledge regarding career counseling. I would like to welcome you all on behalf of the school also. And then how many of you are class 10 pass and class 12 pass? I mean, majority is from class 10 or 12? 12 science, 12 arts, everything is combined. He is good in studies, and he must be very quiet in class also. And the other backbenchers will be very noisy also. I know. I've been there. Like you guys, and I remember, and I'm very wish to go back to those days again, actually. But what I mean is, though he is a topper, though you may be good in class 12 now or class 10 now, you are not to be successful in your career by this level, okay? So whether you be in the last benches or whether you be very naughty in high schools or high secondary level, you can do something great if you work hard. That is the key point which I would like to give today. It doesn't, your rank, your school ranks doesn't determine your career, your profession in future. It is your hard work, your sincerity in your studies, and what you do, that will determine in your future. Okay? So even the backbenchers, be happy. Only 12 arts and science, commerce, and then class 10 people will be confused more which stream will suit them best. Like say whether I should take science, commerce, or arts. So this is one of the most confused stage of student's life. And at this point, if you decide the right way, the right path, then it will be doing the right thing in your future. But if you choose the wrong stream, then you will be doing what you don't like or what you are not really interested in your future. So choosing the path, the stream is also very important. Now we have lots of class 12 arts, and actually I'm from science stream, so a little bit contradictory, but I'll just carry on. So many are clueless, okay? And then this career counseling, any one of you, have you visited do you know that there is one career counseling center there in near UBS? Pathfinder? You have no knowledge about that? Okay, there is one. I'm not advertising her, but I'm just giving you advice to visit someday, okay? There is one called Pathfinder. She is my classmate also. She is a professional career counselor. Because professional career counselor they have is the first thing you should do. Whether you're good at math, whether you're good at managing things, whether you're good at organizing things, or whether you're good at computer things, electrical things, repairing things, your passion, your interest, this will determine what you want to choose in your career, in your future career. So there are lots of lines, there are lots of options after 12. After 12, there are lots of exams you can give, even the arts, even the science, even the commerce also. So you have to be first clear of what you want, what you are good at. Any abbreviation of CUET. This can be given by even the art students also, commerce students also, and there are lots of branches in these universities. Okay, CUET is a common university entrance test where you have lots of career options in the central universities and even in the state level. So these exams you can take. So after choosing your score, after getting your scores in qualifying marks, and more than that, then you can select whichever courses you would like to prefer in your and according to your interest as well. So these are UG programs. UG matlab undergraduate, that is BA level. And also I would like to highlight one thing: School of Communication, Mass Media, and Film Industries, Film Studios Studies. These. Okay, it's a Bachelor of Medicine and Surgery. And then another one is BDS, BAMS, Ayus. These are BAMS and Ayus are Ayurvedic and Unani doctors. And MBBS, BDS, these are allopathic. And then we have nursing, food, nutrition, and dietetics. So in order to get to MBBS, to get a course or to study MBBS, you'll have to take 12 science. Physics, chemistry, and biology should be the main subjects. And then NEET exam is the entrance exam which you will give, and then there is a qualifying mark. There is a qualifying mark, and all those who get the qualifying mark will have the chance to take, will have the chance to undergo MBBS. But if you score high, if your score is high in NEET exams, then you have a better chance to get in better institutes in India. And they will give the rank, state-wise rank, and who is the topper in the state, who is the topper in STs of state. This, they will get a better school of medical in the course. So, other options are Bachelor of Optometry, medical lab and training, and then medical radio imaging, and Bachelor of Physiotherapy. These are lesser known. That's why I want to emphasize on other things also. I'm highlighting other things also. Not all the 12 science students will get engineering. Not all the 12 science students will get this MBBS. Because we have, even if you are 12 science students, even if you are interested, it depends on your hard work, it depends on your capability, and even your fear and your strength in what determines your career also. So MBBS, now we have common entrance test, that is NEET. Earlier we have AIMS, AFMC, and JIPMER, which is given separately. Exams are given separately earlier, and it is quite difficult. But now it has been made easier by the government of India, so that anyone from anywhere in India will have the opportunity to get admitted in, even in the reputed colleges, even in far off places within India. So, in order to get the NEET exam, during form fill-up or filling up your forms for exam, your percentage should be at least 50%, which is easy, right? 50% is easy for science students. Arts students, it is medium easy, medium hard. Yeah, arts, it is less boring, right? So, NEET exam, you have to be in physics, chemistry, and biology. Your percentage should be at least 50%. That is the first step. And then it is all MCQ. MCQ, you know, no? What is it? Okay, good. Multiple choice question. So it is all multiple choice question based. And the question is, the total question is 180, 90 from biology, 45 each from chemistry and physics. So the technique is that you emphasize more on the most questions, that is biology. Biology has a maximum number of questions, so if you attempt or get lots of questions right from biology, then your score will be high. Each question carries 4 marks, okay? And then each wrong answer -1 mark. So you can get even minus mark in your doctor if you toss a coin and answer the things. No? There will be 4 options in all the questions, so you cannot choose by tossing a coin. And all the questions, answers will be, options will be very similar. And so you have to be very sure of the answer. That's how we give the exam. And chemistry, and say if you're good in biology, if you're interested in biology, then you'll be very thorough with biology. You'll be very clear with all the chapters, with all the possible answers, possible questions which will be asked, and the important part of each chapter. So you have 90 questions from, which is equal to the total combined of chemistry and physics. So if you score very high, or if you attempted maximum and get right maximum from biology, then your chance of getting selected is very high. And the next, second most interested subject, let's say chemistry. Who is interested in physics? Any one of you who is interested in physics? Physics is very boring for me also, because we don't see things, the bullet flying through the plank or these things. And the gravity curve is what? What is the gravitational force? What is the gravitational force? Anyone know? Those numbers, those numericals, those formulas, I hate it. And so I keep aside of physics, but I'm interested in chemistry. That's why biology and chemistry, I took more time in preparing for this exam. So all the other entrance exams also, it's like that. You will have some main subject and the other options also. So the subject which you like most, the subject which interests you most, you give maximum effort there. And the second interested exam, or the second most interested subject, you give another effort in that. And don't leave physics behind. Don't leave the least interested one, but you be specific in those subjects. Let's say physics. You cannot leave physics 0. You have to at least attempt. You have to at least make some questions right, some answers right. So you read only the easy subjects, easy chapters for you. Even in physics, there will be some easy chapters, right? Not most of you are from science stream, so you might be confused. But in physics also there are some chapters which are a little bit easier than the other chapters. So focus on those easier chapters. Okay. Say first biology. For biology, if you are interested, since you are interested, you have to be very thorough in the biology. And then in chemistry, be not 100%, but at least 80% forward, from top to top, from back to top. And then the physics, which you are least interested, you focus more on which chapter is a little bit easier to understand, easier to remember. But the tough parts, Don't waste on them. Don't waste time on them. That's how you prepare for your exam. Because in every subject like bio, physics, and chemistry, there will be easy questions. Some questions will be easy. In these 45 questions, 15 questions will be easy. Another 10 questions will be medium hard. Another 15 questions will be, or another 10 questions will be very hard. So don't try to attempt very hard portions in your preparation. Don't try to attempt all the questions also. That is the thing of how you study. Say, I have said that I didn't leave physics, but I studied the less difficult or the easiest part of it. Easiest but most important, in easy chapters, the most important points, I studied those. But the difficult and the long formulas one, I never failed. But I could score from the less or the easier portions also. That's how you plan your exam. But the main subject which you are interested, or the main subject which carries the most question, you should give foremost importance and the maximum importance there. And biology is a little bit easier to remember also. So to get through MBBS, that's how you have to study. And then it is 4.5 years course, which includes 19 subjects within the whole course. And another year, after finishing the 4.5 years, another 1 year compulsory is internship. Internship is you are already a doctor, but under the guidance of your teacher, and then you'll be working with a pay. You start enjoying your pay, which will not be enough for you. So, in MBBS, yes, you have to study even after crossing MBBS. There are lots of subjects, 19 subjects which I've said. So even after getting MBBS, if you don't like to treat patients, if you want to become a teacher, if you want to become a professor, then you still have options during MBBS. After MBBS. During MBBS, there are lots of subjects here, as I mentioned. And then after MBBS, you can start giving exams for MS and MD. The one which I have written, MS Ortho, right? My title, the first page. MS is for Master in Surgery. So Ortho is for the bone specialist, okay? Orthopedic, it is, the full term is orthopedic. So, if you want to treat patients subjectively or selectively, let's say if you want to be a doctor for women, for all the women folks, then you can pursue that later after MBBS. That comes with NEET PG entrance exam again. So after NEET PG entrance exam, you can select whatever course you want to get again. And if you want to work at, in simple term, if you want to work here at district hospital, some subjects will not be relevant for you. Some subjects will not be very interesting. But if you want to work outside in the other states of India, or even in international level, then I tell you, MBBS or this doctor's line is one of the best in order to get there. Because in every countries, you are regarded, since if you are from recognized university, recognized council, then you're regarded, you are most regarded. So it is, but to go to USA is a little bit difficult now, but in other country, if you want to work abroad, if you want to work in foreign countries, this line is one of the best opportunity, I'm telling you. We got lots of opportunities. Even me, I got opportunity to go to Japan, my teachers would have recommended me, but I denied. For 1 year, my teacher said, go to Japan, send it to my teacher, then come back after 1 year. But I don't want to go. I want to be in my comfort zone. I want to come back into Mango and work here. That's how I decided, and I regret it a little bit. But at that time, you have to have some money. So, if you are interested, if you are interested in working, even here or outside India, or even in the central part of India, then you have lots of options after getting MBBS. Lots of options after getting PG. PG is postgraduate, MBBS is graduation level. So PG, you can work even as a teacher if you don't want to treat patients, if you don't want to cut the patients. Alright. So, I want to inspire you today. If you want to work elsewhere in India or outside India, this is one of the best stream, and no doctors, no MBBS doctors are unemployed till now. You will have a future job, guaranteed, if you are good at it. So this is one of the best stream. If you are interested, work hard for it. But you'll need some guidance. You'll need from coaching from reputed coaching centers, okay, in order to give this exam. Without this coaching, your subject, your school's teaching will not be enough. I'm telling you, it will not be enough. You need to dig more in those subjects. And there are lots of books which are already published, which are already made for exams. You can start reading those things. That's all for all streams, okay? Even for commerce, for science, or for arts, everyone, you have your own exams prepared, ready-made questions and answers. So you can base on those things again. So MBBS is not only studies. It's not only studies, but it's also enjoyment. You can have lots of time for enjoyment also. Like see, this first page is during anatomy, during my first year. You have to study, but in order to become a surgeon, in order to become a doctor, full-fledged doctor. So working hard is the key. At all point of time, working hard is the key. And then you have time to enjoy also. You have lots of time to enjoy also. The one that is on the far most left is our DC, the present DC. We are classmates. So thank you everyone. I came a little bit late, so I rushed a little bit. And I thank you for the organizing committee of the school, the administrator, and all the students for giving me time to explain regarding this, my profession. I thank you for your attention. I thank you for your invitation. Thank you all. Within just a few minutes, you can. Then I'll ask you a question. I have 8 minutes to ask you questions. So no more question. Okay, I'll give then. Yes, since our next resource person has arrived, I'll conclude with the best, with my wishes to all of the students, that you work hard in your whatever career you're pursuing, whatever streams you are going. Please work hard and make difference in our district. Don't waste time by now, and don't waste time involving in many of the social activities. We have the tendency to involve in those things. If you once go to Dili or Shillong, so don't waste on that. Focus more on your career now, and after your career or your profession and your career is successful, then you can involve later. And I wish you all the best for your future endeavor. Thank you, all the students.
Thank you so much, Sir Dr. Namjabal Daimei, for sharing your valuable insights and advising the students all the inspirations you brought today. I hope everyone sitting here benefited from this 1 hour talk. And I also hope that it will also bear fruits in the near future. And next we have